let me ask you something. Do you think our constant search for comfort is actually making us weaker? By shielding ourselves from every little bit of friction, have we kind of forgotten how to handle the big stuff when it really hits the fan? Well, we're going to dive into an ancient idea that completely flips that script on its head.
Okay, so just look at this. Imagine choosing deliberately to sleep on a hard floor instead of your warm, comfortable bed. I mean, it sounds a little nuts, right? Why on earth would anyone choose to do that? It's a totally fair question. And the answer is, believe it or not, way deeper than you might think. So I figured, hey, why not try this out myself? I decided to run a little experiment. For 7 straight days, I ditched my mattress for the floor. And I'm going to be honest with you, the first few nights, they were awful, just miserable. But look, this is not me telling you that you should go do this. This was a personal test, just a way to try and understand this powerful principle in practice, not just as an idea in a book.
And let's be super clear here. The goal was never to find some secret sleep hack. Spoiler alert, the floor is not more comfortable. The real experiment wasn't for my back. It was all happening inside my head. You could say it was a workout, but for my mind.
And that whole experience, it really got me thinking about something much, much bigger. The hidden danger of our super comfortable modern world. I mean, we live in an age of almost ridiculous ease, right? Everything is designed to make things smoother, to get rid of any struggle. But what if all that comfort is actually a trap?
It's this strange paradox. On one hand, modern life promises us the world. Total ease, nonstop convenience, a life with no stress. Sounds great. But then you look at the other side of the scale, the hidden cost. Our minds can become fragile, our resilience tanks, and, ironically, we end up more anxious. By dodging all the small struggles, we leave ourselves completely unprepared for the real ones.
But what if there was a way to fight back against this? An ancient strategy designed for this exact problem. Turns out, the Stoic philosophers had a kind of secret weapon, a tool for forging an unbreakable mind no matter what was going on around them.
It's called voluntary discomfort, and it's just what it sounds like. The practice of intentionally choosing to do hard things you absolutely do not have to do. And the point isn't to punish yourself, not at all. It's to train yourself, to build up what you might call mental and emotional calluses.
So, okay, how do you actually do this? It's not about being reckless or going to some crazy extreme. There's actually a surprisingly simple and, well, practical method behind this whole idea.
It really just boils down to 3 steps. First, you pick a task that's difficult, but, and I have to stress this, is safe. We're talking about things like sleeping on the floor or taking a cold shower, or maybe fasting for a day. Second, you commit to it, 100%, for a set amount of time. A week, a day, doesn't matter. The commitment is everything. And third, you just reflect. You ask yourself, okay, what did I learn about that little voice in my head that complains about everything? What did I learn about the difference between a real problem and just being uncomfortable?
But this isn't just some quirky self-improvement trick. This is where we get to the absolute core of why this matters. This is a training method for the reality of just being a human being.
Because when you get right down to it, this has almost nothing to do with being physically tough.
It's about building psychological armor. Think of every small, chosen hardship as a dress rehearsal. When you sleep on the floor, you're teaching your brain that discomfort isn't permanent, and it's definitely survivable. So later, when a real crisis hits, a job loss, a bad diagnosis, whatever it is, you've already practiced the feeling of, this is awful, but I know I can get through it. You've built the proof for yourself.
So yeah, it's really that simple. Voluntary discomfort trains your brain to handle a real-life crisis. You're showing your mind in a low-stakes, controlled way that it can endure, that it's way more capable and resilient than your comfort-seeking instincts want you to believe.
So you see, this was never really about sleeping on a floor. It's about a principle that you can apply anywhere, in your own life. It's about finding your own safe, manageable hardship that's going to build your own resilience.
Which really just leaves us with one last question. It doesn't have to be a literal floor, of course. Maybe it's taking a cold shower every morning, or skipping a meal. Or maybe it's finally having that difficult conversation you've been putting off for weeks. So, what's your floor? What's the small hardship you could choose today to build a stronger mind for whatever's coming tomorrow?